Baby. There's the baby. Little baby manatee. We are in Homosassa, Florida, Crystal River area, and this is Manatee Delight. This is a hip camp that we have stayed at previously, and this time we decided to bring our friends Wes and Christy. So let me show you around. My husband and I currently live in our van full-time in St. Pete, Florida. We headed on over to Orlando and had Thanksgiving with our best friends, Wes and Christy. And from there, we went from Orlando to Homosassa, Florida for a weekend of camping, cooking, kayaking, and hanging out with the dogs. We booked our stay on this beautiful property through an app called Hipcamp. I will have that information linked in the description. For this site, it was $60 a night for 4 adults, 2 dogs, 2 vehicles. There is shore power, 15 and 50 amp hookups, as well as water. They had firewood that you could purchase on site. You were responsible for packing in and packing out your toilet. As you will see shortly, this host provided kayaks and they live on a very beautiful river. All right, so we plugged in the 15 and then this is to a 30 and all 3 lights are green, which means that it is proper wiring. We're ready to use it. So we're gonna get the 30 amp cord and hook the van up.
All right, so take this little bad boy. Plug it right in there.
That's it?
Yep, that's great.
It's not plugged in anymore. Now it is.
Just hang it. Hang on.
Yeah, it needs like, it can't have like too much tension on it.
It's not gonna pull out.
Okay.
Like me.
Very good. You did it. All right, if y'all don't remember, this is Wes and Christy. They're gonna be my new mom and dad because, well, I can't tell you what happened to Andrew. Can't tell you what's happened today. I don't know when I'm going to upload this, honestly, but we pulled up and so many things happened that I can't discuss. There they are. They get pretty vocal. Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to use the paddle boards. And I don't think they want you going through that way. We go around that way. I'll show you. But yeah, those are the chickens. They're very quiet right now. So Hipcamp actually does provide kayaks and paddles, which is so nice. And then this is where you enter the water. It is crystal clear, absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
What does it feel like?
Perfect. Feels like 72.
72 all year round. That's Florida. Yeah. And then we can go out that way, and then it will go down the river.
Feels exactly how the air feels right now.
It's beautiful. I don't know if I'll go snorkeling. Maybe tomorrow. It might be too cold, but we're definitely going to go kayaking. Are y'all excited now?
I'm stoked.
Was this worth it?
Yeah.
You like it? Well, then maybe they shouldn't lick their paws. Then maybe you shouldn't lick your paws and cost us money at the vet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's sad. He's like, she's an evil person. She likes to torment you, doesn't she? Come here, Bubba. Come here. Henry.
After setting up camp and exploring the area, we got the dogs all bundled up. Henry's paw was a little bit hurt, so I don't know if he enjoyed his time here that much. I started making dinner. I made pineapple and Cajun sausages with onions and peppers. I am using a 2-burner Coleman's propane stove. It is our absolute favorite thing, especially when you're cooking multiple things at once for multiple people at a campsite. Everyone enjoyed their dinner and we hung out by the campfire. I had to show off my boots. These are Lands' End. I got them at Goodwill for $10 and they were lightly used, if used at all. As always, thank you so very much for watching this video and supporting us. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We post van life content, Florida hidden gems, travel content, camping content, product reviews, and more. So stay tuned. We're going to take you kayaking and see some manatees. So we are having Henry stay in our van.
Come here. Lay down.
His parents are in a smaller tent.
Lay down, bud. It's okay.
So we're going to have him in the van.
Here.
Gunner is trying to be supportive and like showing him like how to lay down in here. Henry's not really enjoying it.
Henry.
He's kind of upset.
Come on, Bubba.
But he's not going to fit in that tent with them.
He has to lay down here. He has a nice little comfy spot for him. Come here. No, they're out. It's okay.
Oh, you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to go to sleep. We're all tired.
You're with your gunner.
He's so upset.
Come here. Lay down here.
The next morning, we woke up and I threw down some amazing breakfast. Wes got the bright idea to try and chop some wood, and it ended up a little bit dangerous. I mean, at this point, Andrew had already been through enough at the beginning of this trip, and Andrew almost, like, lost an eye. Right about here. I can't with them. Christy was scolding them. I'm just keeping to myself. And then, boom, I made this amazing Southwest skillet scramble. If you want the recipe, comment down below. And then I also made some breakfast croissants. I don't play around. I love cooking. And then here's some footage of me because I'm always the one behind the camera. And then Andrew got the camping toilet ready to go. We have a toilet in our van that's like a nicer cassette style toilet, but we only number 1 in it. If you have to number 2, you're gonna get a little camping bucket with a little seat and a lid, and you put a bag in there and some kitty litter, and you're gonna do your thing and then tie it up. It's honestly not that bad, and then you just gotta take it with you when you go. Leave no trace. Finally going kayaking.
I'm double fisted right now. I got my whiskey and my mimosa. Cheers.
Come on. What now? What are you doing?
Everything's a trigger. I just told Christy, I was like, I can't wait for Tyler's voiceover.
Rainbows.
I know. That's why you better not lose them. Those things are nice. This is the owner's backyard where we're allowed to borrow the kayaks. This is spring fed. It stays 72 degrees all year round. And when it's cooler outside, that's when you see manatees. So stay tuned. How dare you? How dare you? This is Christy's first time on her own, but we've taken you out twice now. So it's time. Homosassa is located on Florida's Gulf Coast near the southern end of Florida's Big Bend. Homosassa is a natural wonder where manatee watching, paddling, scalloping, and fishing are the star attractions. It is home to the Yulee Sugar Mill Ruins Historic State Park as well as the Ellie Schiller Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park, which even includes a small zoo and underwater observatory. There are campgrounds in the state park as well as private RV parks. Homosassa Springs is actually comprised of 30 different springs. Collectively, this group discharges 65 million gallons of water daily, qualifying this group as a first magnitude spring and one of the largest springs in Florida. There's a manatee tour out here, so I'm really hoping we see some manatees. This is not as crazy as when we were here in the summer, but there's still people hanging out. It's like a very local community vibe. There were 2 different areas of the river roped off, and you were not allowed to swim, dive, snorkel, paddleboard anywhere past the buoys. However, as you can see, the manatees are coming right up to people, and many of them were swimming directly under my kayak over and over. I tried to get some underwater footage. It was a little murky and overcast, but I think you can still see them. I love the big ones that have a bunch of algae on them. They're so adorable. People call them sea cows, and if you've never seen one in person, you'll understand why in a minute. Adult Florida manatees are typically 9 to 10 feet long from snout to tail and weigh around 1,000 pounds. However, they may grow to over 13 feet long and weigh more than 3,500 pounds. Manatees are in fact herbivores and spend up to 8 hours a day grazing on seagrass and other aquatic plants. A manatee can consume 4 to 9% of its body weight in aquatic vegetation daily. Manatees are strong swimmers, capable of reaching speeds of 15 miles per hour in short bursts. Manatees rest from 2 to 12 hours a day, either suspended near the water surface or lying on the bottom. During our kayaking trip, we also saw some river otters, as well as a bunch of gorgeous waterfowl. Andrew dropped his vape in the water, so that's good. Look at him. Andrew's so upset.
I'm just trying to not deal with
He's lost his job.
today, that's all.
He lost his vape. He's not doing well out there.
You're making this difficult. Stop. Just let me do it.
Just look at him. We got to our campsite the day after Thanksgiving. As soon as we pulled up, before we even set up camp, Andrew received a text message and a phone call from his job. Unfortunately, he was laid off. Clearly, this is never great news, but we had already planned this trip and we decided to enjoy it. I'm honestly glad that Andrew had our really great friends, Wes and Christy, and myself to keep him occupied and kind of clear his head. Sometimes you have to just roll with the punches, and I'm so incredibly proud of my husband for keeping it together and still being able to enjoy this trip. We live in a van full-time, and he was doing a corporate 9-to-5 office job, so we hope that maybe he can find something remote and we can travel full-time now. Please stay tuned and subscribe for updates. Break from kayaking, and now we're going to enjoy all of the Thanksgiving leftovers. Honey baked ham, Hawaiian rolls, and we got green bean casserole, mashed potatoes and beans, so we're good to go. Letting the dogs take a break from being in the van while we're gone. After the leftovers, we were stuffed and far too tired to go back out kayaking, so we put away the kayaks and set up our movie projector for a movie night. We ended up watching a movie on Netflix called The Ritual, and it involved a group of hikers and campers encountering some pretty scary stuff. I'm not going to lie, it was giving IMAX surround sound vibes because there was nature noises and camping noises happening in real life while we were watching the movie. This is our last day. We're supposed to leave in a couple hours, and it is pouring rain. My friend's camp is soaking wet. It's not good. Well, Wes and Christy just left. We got everything pretty much done, just the awning and the rug we need to put up. We're reorganizing the back so everything can fit. Gunner's not happy with the rain. Sorry, Bubby. But we're just gonna go back to St. Pete. It's a little bit different because now that Andrew doesn't have access to the office, we just have our gym to shower at now, which is fine. During the week, it's 24 hours. On the weekends, I think the gym closes at 7 or 8. We're making good time. We just have to have a 2-hour drive back, maybe hour 45. We're back in St. Pete at the storage unit. We have a bunch of stuff to clean and organize and put away.
This is the not so fun part about camping.
Yeah, the rain on the last day really put a damper on things. Because now everything's all wet. A lot of stuff has to dry before we can put it up or it's going to mildew. But we had a really fun trip. I'm glad that it rained today instead of yesterday. Thanks for watching our camping trip. See you soon. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe. And remember, don't get Vanboozled.